Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're talking about Boosh Foods, and they're a plant-based comfort food company. I would say they're kind of like the tattoo chef of Canada, or at least trying to be the tattoo chef of Canada, because they make frozen plant-based meat meals just like Tattoo Chef does. When you look through all of Tattoo Chef's products, you can see some similarities between their products and Boosh Foods. For example, Boosh Foods uses cauliflower, so does Tattoo Chef. There's like a Mexican dish here. There's also mac and cheese, and Tattoo Chef also has a similar mac and cheese bowl here. So we can see that the two companies here are tackling a similar market: frozen foods, plant-based, supposed to be healthy, and super convenient consumers. Boosh Foods is a relatively new player to this market, and they reached out to me to ask me to do a review on their company. So this video is sponsored by Boosh Foods, and I'll be going through all the factual information they give through their investor presentations and some press releases just to give an overview of the company. This is not investment advice, and please do your own due diligence. Read all the risks about this company before investing. I'm not recommending to buy this company or to sell this company. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. If you guys are interested in Boosh Foods, the stock trades under the ticker symbol VEGI, and it currently is trading at $1.10 per share. It started or IPO'd on the 27th of May at $1.17 per share, and since then it has dropped by about 6%. Looking at some of the details of the IPO, the company offered 5,750,000 shares on the IPO date at a price of 50 cents per share. And the total gross proceeds is just over $2.5 million. There's a total of 15.5 million outstanding shares, and if we were to multiply the number of shares by the current share price, we could see that the total market cap of the company is $17 million. So this is a microcap or nanocap company. And typically these types of companies are a lot riskier to invest in. So again, please do your own due diligence if you are to invest in this company, and don't just solely rely on this video for financial advice, because this is for entertainment purposes only. If we go onto the About Us page of Boosh Foods, we can see the mission statement. Plant-based diets might be better for the planet, but finding fast and convenient meals can be challenging. Until now, Boosh has developed 6 100% plant-based heat and serve bowls for 1 and entrees for 2. What makes Boosh extra good? They're 100% plant-based, they're gluten-free, no artificial flavors, no GMOs, Canadian owned, as well as food lover approved. If we check out some of the reviews on Facebook, we can see Boosh Foods has received great reviews from some of their customers. I absolutely love being able to grab a quick, delicious meal when I'm on the go, and it works for the people in my life who need gluten-free or vegan as well. Yum. Plant-based proteins make so much sense, and when it's this delicious, it's a must in a grocery cart. Thanks, Boosh. Amazing, great variety, and yummy. Very tasty, very delicious. I haven't tried any Boosh food yet that wasn't excellent. I'm on to the Boosh bowl these days. Healthy, easy, yummy. So it seems like the customers really love their product, and that's one good sign about this business so far, the fact that their customers love it and are willing to buy more of their product. Looking at their social following on Instagram, they have about 2,000 followers. Comparing Boosh Foods to another favorite of mine, the Very Good Butchers, we can see the Very Good Butchers, they've outranked Boosh Foods in terms of the number of followers and the number of posts as well. However, what we want to look for is Boosh Foods and just seeing them have a similar trend to the Very Good Butchers. So if you're interested in this company, definitely continue to monitor their Instagram and watch the follower count grow, as well as another thing you want to look at is the engagement per post. So how many likes are there and how many comments? Now looking at where you can actually buy Boosh Food products, it looks like they're all over Canada, and there's quite a number of stores. I believe they state it's up to 300 stores, or more than 300 stores carry Boosh Food products. And if we look at their one pager here, it does say they've expanded to 300 plus stores in less than 18 months. Getting into 300 stores in less than 18 months sounds like a pretty big feat to me, so the fact that this company managed to achieve this is kind of beyond me. Another interesting fact that I found is they actually include Beyond Meat in some of their products. If we go over here to the Bolognese bowl, you can see that there's a Beyond Meat logo here, and they include Beyond Meat's product. As well as down here on this Hearty Shepherd's pie, they include Beyond Meat here. So having Beyond Meat as some sort of brand recognition on the products just kind of helps elevate the brand to what Beyond Meat's status is. Digging further into this one-page investor information sheet, we can see that the structure of the shares, there's a total of 4.5 million shares owned by the founders, officers, and directors, 4.7 million owned by retail shareholders, as well as 5 million shares offered at the IPO. I'm not exactly sure how there's 200 plus retail shareholders, and I wasn't able to find that fact, so if you know, let me know in the comments down below. On top of that, there are also IPO warrants that were released, about 5 million of them. There's 2.5 advisory and agent warrants, 9.3 insiders and retail warrants, as well as 3.0 founders performance restricted share units. So if we're looking at the total fully diluted number of shares, there's 34 million shares, meaning that this company sits somewhere around a $37 million market cap based on this total fully diluted share count. We can see that the insiders have a 32% ownership of this company, and strong insider ownership is a good sign from an investor standpoint, because that means the officers, founders, and directors are aligned with shareholders. Looking at some recent news, on June 15th, Boosh plant-based brands commences expansion into the United States. So this is always a big topic for people when a company expands into the United States. Because as a Canadian company, if you're only selling in Canada, you're limited to about 36 million customers. However, when you hop over the border to the United States, there's over 300 million people there. So that market is 10 times bigger than what we have here in Canada, and this usually builds up a lot of investor hype around the company. There's also some recent news about the company expanding to a larger multi-purpose HQ. And this facility will include a commercial-grade test kitchen for new product development, a professional studio for filming cooking segments with guest chefs, and extensive warehousing for their products in traditional offices and meeting rooms. So it's kind of interesting how Boosh Foods is taking on not just being like a plant-based company, but they're also producing some sort of films to try to engage their customers with entertainment as well as food. By providing some sort of entertainment through cooking segments, this is one unique way of how the company is doing their marketing. Rather than some typical commercials where people usually don't really like to watch them, rather instead they're filming some informational videos to help people at home to cook and also putting their product in front of the customer that way. The commercial grade test kitchen for new product development is actually a similar step that the Very Good Food Company took, and they're also developing their own products. So this is essential for a company to continue to thrive if they have a test kitchen to develop new products and expand their product line. If we jump over to the prospectus, there's a couple things that I want to point out. The first is the compensation of their executives. So here we can see that not many of the executives received any sort of salary in the year of 2020, and it was around $25,000 the most for their CFO, $12,000 for their president and director, $7,500 for a director, and $4,000 for another director. Footnote number 3 shows that the president, Connie Marples, receives a monthly consulting fee of $4,000, which shall be increased to $8,333 upon completion of the offering. So now that the company is IPO'd, she will be receiving $8,300 per month as a salary. Also, the CFO is part of ACM Management Incorporated, and he will be billing the company at an hourly rate that's not disclosed here. Now looking at some of the shares and warrants that the directors own, we can see that they purchased these shares for about 50 cents per share versus the current price of $1.10. So effectively, the directors have all doubled their money already since the IPO. Last but not least, let's go through their financial statements and check out the health of this company. So currently Boosh Foods, as of March 31st, they have current assets of $63,000. In terms of total liabilities, it's about $147,000. And if we look at this, their total liabilities is higher than their current assets. This looks like an issue in the short term. However, the IPO also gave them about $2.5 million. So that should be more than enough to cover up the total liabilities. However, you should keep an eye out for the next financial statements as the company does move quickly. There's a lot of things changing all the time, so you want to stay on top of this company if you're interested in investing in it. Looking at their income statement, we see that they made sales of $128,000 in the year 2020, and they squeaked out a profit of $10,850. So that's roughly about just under a 10% margin there. They also had total operating expenses of $157,000, putting them at a net loss of $147,000. So this company is not yet profitable, so this is a risk to take into consideration if you are planning to invest in this company. Looking at the cash flow statements to see how the cash is flowing in and out of the company, the net cash used by operating activities was $185,000. So this was actually the cash burned from the bank account by the company and their operating activities. They did dispose of some equipment, so they gained back close to $3,000, and they also did some financing just before their IPO and received $148,000. So that helped lessen the blow from the cash used in operating activities down to about $34,000. So that's my quick overview of Boosh Foods. Currently, I do not hold any shares of this company as it's a little bit outside of my risk tolerance. Let me know what your thoughts down below are on Boosh Foods. Have you tried the products? If you have, I'd also love to hear if you found them tasty or not. Would you buy them again, or would you recommend them to a friend? I'll be throwing up 2 videos on the screen. If you're interested in those, stick around and check them out. If you're there, I'll see you there. If not, keep up the grind and have a great day.